As mentioned in our introductory video for this unit, the metric system is a very powerful tool used by most, if not all, scientists to ensure easy communication of data and measurements, and to allow scientists of different countries to easily understand these measurements. In fact, there have been several occasions in recent and historic times where a miscommunication of measurements led to the failure of multi-million-dollar projects. For example, in 1999, after a 10-month-long flight to Mars, communication with NASA's Mars Climate Orbiter was permanently lost after the spacecraft approached the planet to enter its intended orbit around Mars. An investigation of the incident later revealed that while NASA had employed the use of metric units in the development of one of the spacecraft's ground software, one of their contractors, Lockheed Martin, had not. And with that, this $125 million project failed. So this just goes to show exactly how powerful the metric system and its units can be in the realm of science. As mentioned before, all scientists use the metric system, and as we now know, for good reason too. Developed in the late 18th century in France by chemist Lavoisier, the metric system replaced the system of measures that were in use at the time with a system that was unified, natural, and universal, and logically organized. Metric units can be made bigger or smaller just by looking at the order of magnitude. For example, 10 to the power of 3 is 1,000, so the prefix kilo implies something that is 1,000 times bigger than the original prefix-less unit. So the kilometer is 1,000 times bigger than the meter. This speed limit states that you must not exceed traveling 8,000 meters each hour. That's a whole lot of meters, nearly 50 miles full of meters. But now the question is, where are we more likely to see metric units in use? In any of these countries that have been color-coded blue in this image. According to this infographic from 2019, only 4 countries primarily use systems that are not the metric system. In this list, we have the United Kingdom and Canada, the country Myanmar over in Southeast Asia, and of course the United States of America, which uses the U.S. customary system of units and has done so since 1832. This conversion chart of mass relations in the English or imperial system really makes the metric system more preferable, with conversions like 20 grains being equal to 1 scruple, and 1 avoirdupois pound being equal to exactly 0.45359237 kilograms, but not quite the same as 1 troy pound. It just makes you think, why? Now, this is just one conversion chart of many that must be referenced in the imperial system. So I hope that you're now starting to realize exactly how much easier it is to use the metric system of tens, hundreds, thousands, etc. instead, and why we love it so much. The base units for the various parameters in the metric system are as follows. For length, we have meter instead of inch, foot, yard, mile, etc. For mass, we use gram instead of ounce, pound, stone, slug, or other such counterintuitive units. And as for volume, using the liter as your base unit is so much more appropriate than using fluid ounce, pint, quart, or gallon. These base units make the math of these unit conversions so much easier. Just multiply or divide by 10, 100, 1000 to get your bigger or smaller numbers. One of the benefits of using the metric system is that it's easy to represent both very small and very large measurements with no difficulty. So how do you actually use the metric system? Your first step is to determine the base unit, whether it be the meter, gram, liter, etc. Then determine whether you're looking for a larger or smaller value and add the appropriate prefix. Another benefit of the metric system is that its prefixes make it a lot easier to represent these extremely large or extremely small numbers in scientific notation, as you'll see in the next video.